100.7 Star plays the hits. On the phone with us, Bob Cranmer, who obviously lived in this house that the Catholic Church had to deal with.
Bob, it's Melanie. My question is this. Before your purchase of the home, were there any disclosures about anything happening before in that house?
Not at all. But the first red flag that went up was the day we had settled that we were going to buy the house. I just kind of had a creepy feeling, and I asked the owner, and they were kind of bundling their stuff up to get out, and they took our first offer that we put forward. And I said to the man, "Is there anything wrong with this house?" Really not knowing what I was asking, but I just had this strange feeling, and said, "No. In fact, we've had Mass in the living room several times." And I thought to myself, who has Mass in their living room? Well, years later, I realized, when we had Mass in, every floor of this house, more times than I can count.
Now, Bob, was there any time when you had members of the Catholic Church there during the course of an exorcism? Would you be in the house when this was going on?
Oh, well, see, the thing was, this was a day-to-day battle that my family engaged in. The church was there to support us. When it started, we were Protestant. I went to Bishop Worrell because I knew him from my political days, and the Catholic Church stepped in when no one else or no other organization really knew.
Wow.
And so to answer your question, this was a daily battle that the family waged. We would have priests here maybe once a week. Father Ron Langwin of the diocese, I have such a close relationship with him. I would speak to him every day.
Now, Bob, did you ever get the sense that the priests or the people that were in there from the church at any time were actually scared themselves?
Oh, no question. And there were times, it was a situation akin to the movie The Matrix. I was told, I thought these guys would come in, like Roto-Rooter and they're the Ghostbusters.
And that's not the case.
It would be over. But no, they said in a year we'll know if we're making progress.
Oh my God. Now, the one thing I heard was about this black pillar that would go through your house that would have this horrible stench.
Yes. Well, that was the entity, and it would take different forms.
I get chills.
I know.
It would sometimes take a contorted bodily form, so it would appear at times in different forms.
Now, do they think that it was one? I mean, let me ask you this question. Do you think that you were literally battling the devil himself?
No. It was, in the world of fallen angels and the Lord's angels, there is a hierarchy. But I was told that this was a very, very powerful entity.
Oh, my God. I can't imagine what you went through. I can't imagine.
Bob, and I apologize if this is a cliche question, but I feel the need to ask it because I think our Bubba Show listeners would want to hear this. Of all the things that happened in the house, what would you consider the worst, if you can tell us?
Well, there were two things. There was the physical manifestations, that it would do things to terrorize us, a blood-like substance that was put all over the walls in the house through a various process. But I would say that most terrifying things were when it was actually trying to kill or severely damage my children.
Oh, my God. I just can't.
It would wake them up at night and they'd be injured.
Oh, I would wake up routinely with scratches across my chest, and we would wake up with bite marks, and again, this all out of context sounds so bizarre. When finally the book is published, it'll all be in context, and I think the book again is just a credible presentation that this stuff is real and evil is real in the world.
Wow. Bob Cranmer, thank you so much for coming on our show and for sharing your story. I know that's not easy, but I can tell you this. We will definitely be buying the book personally.
Oh, my God. Absolutely.
And I can just tell you that you and your family went through enough, and I'm glad to know that that part of your life is over. The house is clean, and finally that place can be your home.
Yep, and we're here, and it's our house.
Well, good prevail.
Absolutely. And by the way, if it ever happens in my house, I'm calling you first.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
God bless you.
Thank you.
100.7 Star powered by Bowser Hyundai.
100.7 Star plays the hit.